It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. We're here live on Friday, July 19th. Whew, boy, time waits for no man. But we're here talking about wholesaling real estate with a strong emphasis on Here talking about real estate with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate. And here to answer your questions, comps and properties. Reel us back when you just feel you need to. We will get off track if we don't have the questions in here. So I ain't just gonna make up stuff to talk about as for the real estate. We'll get into some movies, some entertainment, some relationship advice.
Come on now. All of that.
Yeah. So hey, reel us in, man. Reel us in. So but yeah, so you pile in here, got a little notification. You can please share this, subscribe to the channel, like it, follow as needed, and we'll do our best to make all of this happen. Make sure that you join the group. Got a couple of Telegram groups you can join this one to get your properties evaluated. I try to do it every couple of days. Try to do better on that too, and mix it up with others. Opportunity to network. If you want the script for houses, land, self-storage, multifamily, hotel, motels, you can join this particular group. Just text the word ball to 205-964-5243. And that'll get you going on those scripts. So once you get in there, you'll just find it. Should be still near the bottom of the most recent post, probably the last 2 or 3 posts is there. So check out that group. You want to shadow me on the commercial side of the game, peek over my shoulders, text the word SPY, S-P-Y, and I don't have my iPad if I keep looking down. Text the word SPY, S-P-Y, to 205-964-5243. And I don't know what else I'm missing. People like pre-foreclosure, so we're going to give you the juice on it. So text the word MOVE, M-O-V-E, to 205-964-5243 to access that information how to build those lists. And so let me get my teleprompter going here to be able to see so I can look forward and not always down. I still do it, but it helps a little bit. Right. So yeah. So what we got in here?
First person up is Earl Jackson. He put in a property address. I'm assuming he wants to get comped. Earl, if you can give us any other details, it'd be helpful, like what the asking price is, that type of information, if it needs repairs. But we can start with that one, that property.
Okay. All right, let me put this up here. Boom. And like some good old technology, some simple stuff sometimes. So, all right, so we got a property we need to comp. All right, let me find my thing here. So what's the address of that?
It's 2907 Monterey Drive, Monterrey Drive, and the zip is 30032.
Okay, Decatur. Straight from it's under contract. Do you have it under contract, Earl? Let's establish that before I go into this. We'll wait till he answers.
Okay. Vendetta 504 has a question. If a storage facility owner asks what company we are with, what should our reply be?
You could use one of my brands that I do that under. If you're gonna work with me, but you can just be transparent with them and just say whatever your name is. You know, I'm brand new, but I'm fortunate enough. If you go again, I'm fortunate enough to have partnered with someone that's been doing it for quite a while and has been built an extensive network of investors that are looking for facilities like yours. We have a problem that we would love your help solving is that we have more investors willing to buy than facilities to offer them. And you don't have to worry about paying us, they pay us.
Because essentially, because I was about to say, but you know what? I was about to say that they're going to ask to talk to that person. You're like, can I talk to him? But we're going to be calling them anyway.
Yeah. Tell them that's not a problem.
Right. We will call you. They will call you, you know.
Yeah, and I recommend, not that I'm hiding or whatever, by no means. But don't push my name and flip man. Some people don't want to hear that stuff,
right?
Or whatever. Then they research and they hear us talking about all this stuff or whatever. It can be very confusing. Sometimes it's helped or whatever, but that's not ideal. I really like to try to keep those two separate. The flip man, whatever that comes with that's training, but the actual business, I don't ever bring it up unless somebody brings it up. You know what I'm saying? It's probably maybe one of the times it's been a bad experience, but for the most part, they get it. But I don't want to play that game that if they don't get it, you know, because those are really two separate things, right? So
you don't say the flip man, and
definitely don't say that. You can say Todd Taylor. I prefer don't do either or whatever. Let us do that because it may not even be me contacting them. In a lot of cases, you know, people I partner with that are better at doing that than me or whatever. So
Gary Rawls asks, Flip, grateful to be back here. Fell off a little. I'm contemplating getting a VA to get me my first deal because my time can be a bit challenging. I have about $1,000 to invest. What would you recommend?
Well, yeah, that'll get you a VA for almost 2 months. You know, the outfit that I use, they would probably love to work with you for sure. If you just hit me up, I can get you in contact with them, and you can discuss in more detail. So,
Robert Morgan says, I'm possibly getting kicked out of my house in 2 weeks. I need a deal in the next 3 days. Where do I start?
Rob, what's his name? Was Robert?
Robert Morgan.
Yeah, Rob. Man, I hate to hear that that's happening. And I wish I had an answer for you to do something that fast that was like guaranteed, you know, through a normal wholesale deal, whether you got to go through a title search and closing a turn a title company. That's very difficult to pull off, even if you had a deal ready to go and you had a buyer ready to go. Right now, what could possibly happen in that situation is if you found an opportunity that was some owner financing. I don't know about 3 days, but you could probably pull it off within those 2 weeks. you could put a deal like that together to come up with some money. I don't know how much money you got to come up with. That would help also to know that. And why owner financing can work faster is that if you can find an owner that's willing to do that, number one, it would allow you to structure a deal where now the terms that you set up where they're acting as the bank, meaning the owner, you'll be able to wholesale out those terms to someone that does have the money to make it happen. So example, say we found a deal, just for easy numbers sake, the owner will do $1,000 a month. Say he wants 100 grand for it. He'll do 100 payments at $1,000 a month, right? So that's $100,000 over the course of like almost 8 years, somewhere in there, right? And so, and I don't know what we'll just say the down payment is $3,000. I don't know. So now you could probably find somebody to take that deal off your hand, especially if it's in an area where the houses are renting for $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 a month. Take that deal off your hand and give you $10,000 down. So you get the difference of the $10,000 and the $3,000, which is $7,000. I'm just giving you just a simple way a deal could be structured like that. So, well, how do I find a deal like that? Well, and I don't know what your resources are, but as far as a free method would be just to go online on Zillow and reach out to as many for sale by owner and people that are trying to rent their property, but it's the actual owner, not a property management company or a real estate agent, and just try to reach out to them because there is already somewhat of a warm lead or whatever. You just need to see if they're open to some terms. And a lot of times it may not be the property that they're actually advertising. It may be another property that they have that they would do that deal on. And you don't have to be limited to your market. You could search the entire country with doing that. So that's going to be my quickest way, the solution on something the quickest for you. Somebody might have a better idea than that. But the other thing is this an eviction as far as you are renting a property and you're going to be evicted, or is it a situation where it's a foreclosure situation? Because if it's a foreclosure situation, you may be able to capitalize on it depending on what the circumstances are on the property. Now, the other thing is, even though this may not happen today or in the time frame that you need, that landlord, if it's a rental situation, that landlord may be now a tired landlord, and you may can pass that lead off to somebody else, let them call him to see if they can do a deal, because he may be tired of whatever your situation. You may not be
He's renting. He's renting.
Yeah, okay, so that may be a possible tired landlord in that situation if you're dealing directly with the landlord and you already probably have their contact information. That may be a deal that you can pass off. Somebody reaches out to him that he doesn't know that you know, and they may be able to pick up an opportunity there that he'll sell it to him at a discount. He just won't out of the game or whatever. So that may be a possibility. So I would have to know more details, but that may be a possibility also.
Okay, and Earl has responded about the property that we were about to comp. Says it's direct to agent, on market, listed over 30 days.
But it's showing under contract. I'll show you what I'm showing. That's why I said, do you have it under contract? Because I'm showing the property is under contract. It says under contract right there. So unless they lie, they are lying. So it's nothing. It's under contract. It's not available anymore. Unless I'm missing something. Unless you have it under contract.
Oh, my phone. Yeah, Earl. He was talking about. He was talking to Robert about. He was trying to get Robert some advice about finding properties that's listed. But it's interesting that he said he wasn't responding, but you talking about it's listed, it has a contract. And he's saying, I'm looking to make an offer, but if it's already under contract, would he still make an offer on it?
He could, but I wouldn't. He could. It's on the contract. They'll take backup offers, but. So,
Yeah, so we're not gonna let that. Romy Rome is asking, how do I get around the do not call owners after I do a skip trace?
well, if you still want to reach those owners, then you have to do it in a couple of different ways. Direct mail, door knocking, or maybe try to reach them through social media. If you can find you can match up their name with their maybe Facebook or Instagram, something like that.
But don't call them.
Don't supposed to.
Okay, Josh, if you could, he provided an address as well, but let us know if you have it under contract, how much the seller is asking for this property you submitted, any details you can give us to help about what you got going on with that property. Gary Rawls asked, should I email you or text you concerning the VA that you use?
Email me, be better. We put it up.
Okay, so Josh responded. He's saying comps under contract. He's saying it's under contract.
He has it on contract.
Do you have it under contract? What is the seller asking for the property? That's what I'm trying to see, Josh. What else do we want to know?
Vacant, occupied, livable,
Right, yeah. Any
livable.
repairs, Okay. Phil W says, he was responding to Robert and said, Robert, go to MLS, call agents, and you're going to need earnest money. Okay. Derek Jones Jr. asks, are most deals bought cash? How do I make sure my seller are always paid in cash, especially on larger deals and when the seller has a mortgage?
Okay. Now, first of all, you do understand cash doesn't mean cash. It means
without a mortgage.
They don't need a traditional lender. Now they may use a lender, but it's on the private money, hard money side of the game. Normally, the hoops are not as extensive to jump through as it is dealing with a bank or normal mortgage company. Cash doesn't mean they're gonna show if they're paying $100,000 for the house, they ain't showing up with an actual bag with $1,100 bills in it. No, that is not what it means. Even though that did happen to me one time with a young man. He showed up with cash, 20s, 10s, 5s, 50s, 100s.
Yeah.
The title later.
We're not doing that. Put it in a bank, bro. Like, what are you doing?
But anyway, yeah.
Because he's saying, I asked because all wholesale sites say we buy houses cash. So that's what he's.
Well, yeah, it just simply means speed. It really just means speed. Now, sometimes it is cash. It's just that they're going to wire the money to the title company or the closing attorney, or they present a cashier's check or sometimes a check if they trust them or whatever. That's what that means. It doesn't mean actual cash, right? It's just not how business is conducted. They stopped that in the 80s due to cocaine being sold in Miami. They stopped that back then. But no, you can't do that. But that's what it means. It's just that I don't need a bank. I don't need a lender. Right. It's just going to be a lot faster. So that's what that means, more speed than anything. And then the other part of it was, he had a second part to his question.
He was saying, So the sellers get the money all at once, though.
Yeah, that's normally how it happens. Sometimes it can be negotiated a little differently, but some may be held up in escrow depending on the situation. But for the most part, they get all the money at once. To answer your question.
Yeah, and I think he was asking about if the seller has a mortgage, but as long as what the buyer is offering covers the mortgage.
Yeah. Oh, about the mortgage. Yeah. So good question. So if they have a mortgage, meaning they owe a bank, a lender, or something, maybe a mortgage, second mortgage, maybe some liens, some unpaid taxes, whatever they owe on the property that's attached to the property, right? Example: house, ARV, meaning what it'll appraise for an excellent condition. In our world, it's $500,000, and they owe $430,000, right? I ain't gonna go through all the numbers because we'll do that at some point in here in a minute, but that wouldn't work for us on a wholesale cash deal. They owe too much. You know, you say that's $70,000. No, it's not how it works though. The people not gonna spend, even though they spending 430, they're really gonna spend more than that when it comes down. They're not gonna spend that type of money to make 30 or 40 grand, because that's what they'll probably end up with after they pay a realtor, fees, taxes, all that stuff. Now, if it's a situation where they owe 230 and the house is worth 500, can be worth 500, okay, we might have something. Assuming they want to take 300. So now what happens is 300 is the number that they're selling it to us for, and we may flip it to a to a buyer for 330. We'll just use that as a number. They walk away with 70,000, because you take the 300 that the seller is getting, the 230 is subtracted at closing. The title company or closing attorney, that'll go to the lender who's owed to pay them off or whatever. Whoever's owed, if that total number is 230, then they get the difference, which is 70,000. That's the way that works.
All right.
They
So
get paid first.
right. Josh is now saying that he has it under contract for $690K, and he's trying to figure out if what he has on contract for. But yeah, he's giving me the address. I'll give the address.
Yes, sir.
It's 3 Watson Street in Salem, Massachusetts. And he said, he wants to know if he has it under contract for the right number.
Okay. All right. We don't go to Massachusetts. Is my saying that right? Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Massa.
MA.
Yeah, MA.
Not the other Miami.
We'll just say MA. That's how we'll do it. So let me see here. I'm building out a little case here. So if you got a question, I can happily answer that in the meantime.
Deborah Marcus asks, do you have a lender that would work with an investor that does not require 20% down?
No, ma'am, I don't. No, ma'am, I don't. No, ma'am, I don't.
Robert Morgan asks, what CRM, what dialer, and what software to send contracts?
Okay, the dialer, if you text the word dialer, you'll get access to the one that I highly recommend, which is Batch Dialer. Whatever discounts they're offered, because I'm an affiliate, text the word dialer to 205-964-5243. If you text PSA for purchase and sales agreement, PSA, to 205-964-5243, that should send you the video where I show you how to fill out the contracts, but also show you how to get it signed electronically, right? So you don't have to try to do that standing in front of the seller or whatever. So, so there you go. All right, so I'm building the case here. I'm building the case.
Someone asked on Instagram for Delias, how has the increased interest rates affected your deal flow?
Well, that's been a minute, man. You know, that happened a couple of years back, you know, so it's adjusted now. It's no big deal. There's no big deal. People still buying houses. I'll show you in a second. It it don't. It doesn't. The adjustment has been made. All right, I'm building the case. Go. What else you got? What else you got? What else you got?
Okay. Kevin King says, "You guys helped me on my last deal."
Well, where's our money? Where's our money? Linda. All right, so I'm ready to share my screen.
Okay.
Let me remove that one. Okay, and let's do present screen and share. All right, so here we go, guys. So I built the case. So I'm gonna try to do a better job of elimination. So Zomps is built based on the process of elimination, right? To get where you need to go. All right, so first thing we're going to try to eliminate is, all right, our property was a 1850, 200 years almost, 1850 built house, right? So we try to compare likes to likes as much as possible. All right, so we're going to automatically throw out this 1971. That's just too far in advance, right? I'm automatically throw. We try to stay in a 10-year window, and we're going to eliminate that one first, right? Okay. Next, we're going to now look at okay, all right. Next, we want to look at what the ARV percentage is, right? Now, we're going to leave this one in here. I wish I could turn that off. That needs to be one of those.
He's saying it's 3, Watson.
No, it wouldn't pull that up for me.
Oh, okay.
I had to pull up what I could pull up.
And he's saying it's a multifamily.
Okay. All right. So I'm good. Okay. Great information. All right. Okay. So now I need to revisit this. All right.
Yeah, because I know it was a multifamily.
Yeah. I ain't know. See, whenever I Googled the address, it doesn't pull it up it didn't pull it up for Zillow. It does for Redfin, I guess. So we'll roll with that. So it's 28,890 6 bedrooms. It's a 2. I guess it's a
6 bedroom.
6 bedroom. Would it be 4 baths? So let me see. What did it say? 6'3". So what's that? What that mean? So 2 1s, all 2 1s. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Okay. Right.
2 1s, yeah.
I am going to. How big was this? Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's start here first. I'm gonna start here with houses because I don't think I have. Let me stop sharing. I don't think I have a lot of multifamilies in here to compare to. So I'm gonna have to take it from a house standpoint. Let me redo my search here. I'm using in the background. I think I have it scrolling here. The tool that I'm using to see what buyers are paying, it'll let me look at houses, multifamily, land, condos, townhouses, mobile homes, and land. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go back 3 years. I know you all can't see it, and I'm gonna stay within 2 miles instead of 1 mile. See if it pulls anything for me. Okay, pull several. Okay, that's what's up.
On multifamily? Okay.
Yeah, it pulls several. So I guess that's a common thing in that area there. So I can go back to my initial criteria. Okay, so I need to go out a little. Well, you know what? I'll stay with that. So boom. Okay, so that one was only 1,400 square feet. Oh, that was 4,000 square feet. Okay, that's a good example right there. Like that. All right, so let's do this. Let's go back 2 years though. See what we got. Okay, boom, rolling right by it. It's sold for $1 million. Let's see what this one sells for. Oh, it's over $2 million. Oh, but those are some huge multifamilies. All right, that's more of an example there. So, damn, it don't put it up though. God darn it! If they would say, God darn it. We'll use this one. And I'm glad he told me that. I'm glad he told me that. Okay, we got enough here. Boom. There we go. All right, one of them we already have in here.
And let me just ask Earl, because he posted, he's asking the original address, the first address that we did, and
Yeah,
we didn't do it because we didn't know any information. And
yeah,
you pulled it up and it was under our contract on the contract already.
yeah.
He's saying contracted at 195,000. Is that too high? So I'm asking, I want to know, Earl, are you talking about this 2907 that you have it under contract for 195,000 because it's already under contract? So that's the question.
Okay, so let me share. Wait a minute. That's the same one or different one you're talking about now?
No, that's a different. This is a different. This is not the one we on right now.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, this one we're working on is Josh's property,
okay.
the multifamily.
Yeah, it wouldn't pull up the let me see. All right, let me stop sharing again. I had to hide that again. So we did. What he said the address was? I pulled up 4. But he said 3 or 4.
Three Watson Street.
Okay, yeah, I pulled up 4 is what I pulled up. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Let me see. Why is it not getting me what I need? So boom, there we go. Okay, so yeah. All right, so let me share again. All right, because I need something to put in there. So okay, so here we go now. So I thought I had the multifamily. I thought I had more than one multifamily in here. What happened to those? Hold on, guys. Let me get rid of all of these here. So let me start from scratch. Because I'm showing on my end that they're multifamily. But when they get into Zillow, it's not showing it, but that's cool. I need to show what I'm showing. Feel confident about it. All right, so we're gonna use that one. All right, we're gonna use this one. Well, it won't let me use that one.
And if you're on here right now, please like, share, subscribe. We do appreciate you doing that. Have about 35 people on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, and let's see what we got up here. Okay, so boom. All right, so now I have the case built here in this kingdom. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. All of them are multifamily. Okay, cool. Except two. All right, so it looks like they're paying and this one here, they really paid a lot for that. I'm gonna get rid of that one. The million right there. It looks like it's averaging out to about 248 a square foot. And your property is, where's the red fin at? It's showing your property is 2889, right? So 2889 times 248 a square foot. So 2889 times $248 a square foot. That's 716. All right, so let me explain what I'm doing here. Now, I couldn't pull up the actual address, which is 3 Watson Street in Zillow, from Zillow, to add here in Zomps. I'm about to make an adjustment, but these properties here, they're our property. When was it built? 1920. Okay, good, even better. All right, so let me get rid of all these windows here. This is crazy and confusing. Okay, so this is it right here. Yeah, so So that's the first thing. So ours is a 1920, even though it's showing, and this is 1950, 1870, 1925. So that's all in play. Look at the price per square foot that they sold at. Let me make sure what condition. So that was in decent condition when it sold. Same thing on this one. Not in just great renovated shape, but they doing these for rentals or whatever. So yeah, same thing on that. Okay, so cool. All right, so they sold at $288 a square foot, 229, 225. What does that mean? Price per square foot. So what they do is they take the square footage of the property and divide it into what it sold for. That ain't really what I want, though. This one here is more of a representation of our property because it's sold, it's more closer in square footage. These are smaller. Well, you know what? No, that's cool. That's cool. That's why I'm explaining this. So it made the adjustment based on the square footage of the properties, right? So we're close enough, and it averages out to about 248. We'll roll with that number to stay conservative. And the reason that's done is because none of these are the same square footage. So to make the adjustment, an appraiser will determine a price per square foot. So then what happens is you take this 248 and you multiply it times our square footage, which was 2,889 square feet, and it comes out to 716. Right? He has it under contract for what amount?
He said 690K.
Yeah, you're right there, man. That ain't 716. And even if I did it like this, and even if I reduce the repairs down to 15, because they ain't doing a lot of work on these. If I reduce the repairs down to, I'm gonna say 20 up there, $20 a square foot, you're still at almost 40 grand. And normally you're trying to make 10% of your ARV, which is 716. So that'll be roughly 70,000 plus. So even if we say, hey, I ain't got to have 70,000, I'll just stick with 10, right? Right. You still, you're quite a ways off on it, right? As far as what investors are willing to pay on that. Because he's asking full price on that property.
All right. Mm-hmm. Because the other one sold for what, 750?
Yeah, it's a little bigger though, just a couple hundred square feet bigger. But because we can go with that. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that number. We'll go with 288 times our square footage is 2,889. So we're at 832. So if I go up here and put 832 in here and do everything else I did before, right? I'm gonna change this to $20 a square foot, assuming it's livable.
You still too far. Yeah.
Yeah, you still off. You know what I'm saying? You still 160 off. So.
Yeah. He said, okay, thanks. I appreciate it. I'll negotiate lower.
Yeah.
So Earl never did respond back on whether he has that first property when we first got on the live.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he has on the contract or not. So I'm trying to wait on that. But have another person, Chris McLean, has a property. Oh, he's talking about where I get married. Earl, let us know about this property. Do you have it under contract?
Well, what?
He's talking about why did I get married? But we're trying to figure out about that property that you sent us. Okay, yeah. He says it's under 100 contract for 195K. So we want to go back to that one. There was a first property that when we started the live.
Oh, the very first one?
Yeah.
And what did he say about it?
He's saying he has it under contract for 195K. But like you said, it shows under contract on Zillow. So it must be him.
So he does have it under contract for how much?
195K.
Okay. Okay. That's worth looking at then. Okay. The second one. All right.
Yeah, he said he's still thinking about that movie because we've been talking about it. He's been locked in
What's that?
that movie, Why'd I Get Married?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
came out when it came out in
Mm,
2014
like
or something.
2020, it had to be like '09. I'm
Something
sorry.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, let me see when I met them. Like 2010, '09, 2010, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see your question, Day. Um, it's in. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got you. We got you. We got you
it.
covered.
There's quite a few people.
We got you covered. We got you covered. We got you covered. I really appreciate you guys, the ones that's showing up. People, some people at work they can't do it, but a lot of you guys are maxing this out or whatever. So
That's good. That's good. We appreciate you. Appreciate the love,
yes,
except for TikTok.
yeah.
You know,
When I finish charging him, we're gonna go up on that in a second.
okay. Okay.
Um, okay, we got a lot of good activity in here. So, all right, boom. This should be a good one that a good example of how all this stuff works. This one here. So, um, get rid of that. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Yeah, this a good one here. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going backwards. 215. Interesting.
Oh, right.
That one, 75. Yeah. Well, I say it's gonna be a good one. It won't pull up what I need.
Let me see if she just had a question. She said she's. Let me see.
There we go.
Oh yeah, yeah. She wants a couple properties, so there's about 2 or 3 people.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Pile
okay,
in.
somebody asked Alexander here. I had the script for Fizbo and self storage. I can't find where I saved it. Where do I find that again? And thanks.
Yeah, just go to just text the word ball, BALL to 205-964-5243. And that'll take you get you access to the Telegram group, and you'll be able to access it from there.
Stephen Vaughn asks, "Hey Ty, I'm a vet with a certificate of eligibility. Tell me where I can use it to generate income." Uncle Sam says up to 436K is my limit.
I think you can buy do the house hacking as they call it, and buy like a duplex or fourplex or something like that. I think that's still I consider residential, and leverage it that way. Um, and you live in one of the units. Let them pay you to live. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, so here we go. Here, these were sort of all over the place, so this one gonna be a little challenge here. Challenge. So all right, so and so we built this as a process of elimination. First thing we want to look at is the year built. So ours is a 1955 build. So try to stay in a 10-year window if possible, 1965 to 1945 if possible. So all these first three are good. We got a 1992, and we're going to remove that one. We got a 1951, 65, we're good. So all of these are in play, man. But down here at the bottom, for some reason, okay, so it doesn't show a price that it sold for. I'm going to automatically eliminate because we're going to use this second column right here, previous sold, because that's what the buyers paid for them. We're going to remove that one. All right, next, now we're looking for the inconsistency on the percentage of ARV. So it looks like the range is as low as 44, almost 45%, up to 78%. So we got a 62, a 63, 48, 50. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eliminate these 77s. They paid too much. We ain't looking at them, right? We're gonna eliminate those two. All right, so now we got a good range, as high as 63 and some change, as low as 44. That averages out to about 54% of ARV, right? Okay, so that gives us a good average there. Okay, so now what we're looking at here is the next thing we're going to eliminate. What does it look like buyers were paying? We have as low as 135 up to 240. Okay, so what's different about that one? I don't know. What's so great about this one that they paid 240 for it? Nothing. So I'm going to eliminate that one also. Okay, we're going to eliminate that one. So now we're down to our real number, which is not far off from where we started. I think it started out at 411 or whatever. So yeah, that looks about right because it's a little bigger than those. All right, so we're at our numbers here. So it looks like buyers are paying around 55% of ARV. The average price sold that they're paying is around 160. The average square feet, though, is only like 1,055. Our property is almost 500 square feet bigger. So that means they will pay more here for ours than they did on the other ones, right? So how do we determine what they'll pay for ours? So what we do is, and I'm gonna get a measurement up here for that, for that two example. But what we can do is we'll take the 159,750 and divide it by our square foot. I'm sorry, divided by this square footage right here. That's the average square feet of 1,055. That gives us $138 a square foot, right? So now we're going to multiply that times our square footage of 1,543. And it looks like buyers would probably pay around 215 or so for our property. So what does that mean now, Torian? We need to get our property less than that amount to make money. So ideally, if we take 10% of this number and say we want to make 40 grand, so that means we probably need to be around 175, 170, somewhere in there as far as our number. Let's see what the calculator would have gave us. All right, so I don't know if it's livable or not. Now the investment percent we said was 55%. So the calculator is going to be a little different than this, I believe. Buddy. Let me see. Nope. Well, the only difference is the if I put the repairs in here using how much we said we want to make, it's gonna be about 30 grand difference, right? So we're down about 143. So a little different. Did I do the yeah, I did it right. Okay, boom. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking out in my head.
Yep.
Because he has it on the contract for 195.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts it out there at that price.
Oh yeah, so he can make.
I'm gonna get a lot of.
No. He's good. Oh, I just said if you want to make 40 grand.
Oh,
so okay. He still has 20 grand room there. If he puts it out there. See, I said 215. I would probably put it out there about 225.
Makes sense. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it looks like you have something. It looks like it.
Something. Okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because his property is bigger than those. By
because on the calculator it was showing a 143.
Yeah. I'm that's with me taking the repairs, but I'm basing it. I like more looking at this though.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I like more seeing what buyers are paying, and so we have the data right here, what they're willing to pay, on smaller properties.
Okay.
Right. So they paid 184 on this one. It was only 1,000 square feet.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you were saying he could possibly get 214 for it?
Yeah. So let's just do this one, just this one property right here. All right. So they pay, if we take that 184 and divide it by this 1021, that's $180 a square foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Times our square footage of 1543. That's what they say they would pay. I don't think they would, but you know, that just if we used it now, and they paid only 63% of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we just did the 63% of 404, 266 times 63, 63%, so 254.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
That's why you're saying in 195, he definitely has.
oh yeah, I think he got a deal. I'll be shocked if he can't find a buyer for it. And just to show you, let me pull it up real quick. Let me stop sharing real, and then I'll pull it back up on just to show him, you know, the magic of this amazing tool that we have here that's available to you guys. And I'm gonna do 2 mails and not just one. All right, yeah. Let's do this, Tyrone. Give me 1 second here.
Contact information.
Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
You hear me, Ty?
What he said?
They didn't cut off the contact information.
I ain't I thought I stopped sharing. I didn't show.
Yeah, you still sharing.
Anyway, so I'll pull it back up. No, that's crazy.
But it didn't look like the addresses and phone numbers was on there.
No, the phone number. You have to toggle to actually access those. So there it is right there. That's the number. That's that activity. That's within 2 miles, 2 years of flippers and landlords purchasing there. So very hot area. Very hot area.
Find some buyers.
Oh, definitely can find some buyers. So if you want those buyers, text the word boss to 205-964-5243.
All right. Let me ask a question from Instagram. It says, "Hey boss, how do we get in contact with you to see whether we have a deal on some land and know what to offer? There aren't much comps around for a lead I have."
You can join us in the Telegram group. Just text the word push. It's a private group, and post it there. We'll take a look, buddy.
We got 2 properties, and one is Chris McLean. He gives the property address. This is in Asheville, North Carolina. How would you comp this land, and what would you offer them?
What land? What land, sir?
This is 45 Robinson Creek Road in Asheville, North Carolina.
What land, sire? Give it to me again.
45 Robinson Creek Road.
Asheville.
Asheville.
In Alabama, they would say Asheville. Asheville. All right. Let's see. What lands are these? What kingdom is this? Asheville. What kingdom is this? It's been on the market. Let me see. 149 days. It's only getting like 0.032 views. Save percentage low. Let me share my screen here to show you what I'm dissecting here. And so yeah, only getting that amount of views, save percent low, or whatever. 149 days on the market. Sounds like they're in La La Land. What are we gonna do about it? Let's see. I got that from Shannon Sharp. He was like, this dude, he knew. That's the way he talked. Nobody's gonna mess with Leo, because Leo don't play. If you try me, I'm gonna show you. That's how he talk. Oh boy.
45. So he's just asking, what would you offer them?
Well, it looks like there's some good activity in here. Yeah. All of these are land properties. Like I say, that's one of the main reasons I even developed Zumps is to make comping land easier. So I'm gonna just try to grab these right in here, see what we got. We do know that price ain't it.
That ain't the price.
We do know that the market has told him clear as a bell. That ain't it. All right, so here's his 3.99 acres. And one of the challenges with land is likes to likes, right? Does his property have sewer? Okay, so septic needed, water information, city. Okay, public, private sewer, city. Same thing on that one. So on this, we're going to eliminate the smaller lots. We're going to try to look at the lots as close to our size as possible, right? And so the smaller ones, as you can see, the price per acre is a lot more. Normally, that's the way it works. The smaller the acreage, the more the price per acre tends to be. Not always, but that's normally the pattern. So we're going to eliminate these bottom two just off the top. So it looks like it's averaging out about, so we got a 9 acre up here. I'm going to eliminate that one too. And they asking too much for that. I don't know what's going on with that. But that it looks like it's about $74 an acre. How much are you asking for it? 412? Yeah. See that's the problem right there. See there? See he's asking $100 and something thousand per acre. But the market is only showing it's selling for around $70 something per acre right here. That's the problem, right? So obviously for you to make money, you would need to be below this number. So the suggested value is 295. So I would probably offer them half of what they're asking, 200. Hoping it'll get back up to maybe 250. Because it's only worth about, right around 300 from what I'm showing here. And knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe.
Robert Morgan.
Oh, bro.
That said, we have helped him tremendously. Said, I believe in sharing back to those who help me.
Well, share this content, sir, and others like you. If you feel that way, share this content for us. Click the little arrow thing that says share and text it, post it on your social media. Show us you appreciate this valuable content
that we are providing.
Thank you very much. Elvis has left the building. You watched the movie Elvis?
Oh, yeah.
Great movie. You agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
he got a lot of heritage for us from us.
Yeah. Changed my total perception of Elvis.
So you must saw it recently.
Yeah, the one that just came out.
Yeah.
Now it was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, it was excellent. I tell everybody that I talk, not everybody I talk to, but people that bring up Elvis, I tell them to watch that movie.
Well, watch that movie. Change total perception.
Yeah. Yeah. He got a lot of his culture through.
Well, people know that. People used to say he stole it. Now, according to that movie, he was friends with these people and they wanted him. They knew they couldn't go anywhere with the records. He could. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that's true, and I'm assuming it is. Like, like you say, he was a big fan of B.B. King before he was Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what song it was. I think it was Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, which I think a lady did it, but it was another song that B.B. said, if I do this song, it ain't gonna go nowhere. But if you do it, if you record it, it's gonna do what it's gonna do.
He could bring, just like I was looking up the other day after our conversation, that Eminem has sold the most records of all.
Oh, I don't even know why we ain't bring him up. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't no surprise.
Yeah.
Ain't no surprise.
I mean, I've always known that. I've always known.
Yeah. There ain't no surprise.
Yeah.
You say whatever you want to.
Hey, you sell the most records.
That dude got some talent, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like Eminem.
Oh yeah.
He just put out a new album. Actually,
Yeah.
I haven't heard it, but Kevin King, he has posted a property. This is in Colony, Texas.
Colony.
We do a lot of Texas.
Texas.
Okay, I'm going to give you the address, but I'm going to give you the other information he put on here. It's 1699 square feet. It's empty and livable. Looking at about 20,000 in repairs. He's saying the ARV is $470K. No mortgage. Wow, that's nice. In contact with the seller, just making sure I'm on point. And I'll give you the address.
So we have the address, Saya.
5077
Let me see.
Aztec Drive. AZTEC. 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
First meeting at 115.
Says it's empty and
all right, give me that again. I was
okay. 5077
5077
Aztec Drive. It's in Colony, Texas.
Colony, Texas.
I wonder what they're asking. They have no mortgage.
All right, so we're gonna have to use Texas is non-disclosure, which means they don't make they don't make what I'm trying to say, Tori. They don't make
the sales public
record. The sales price public record. That's what your boy trying to say.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So
you're gonna get there.
So we have to backdoor it. We're going to go by what properties are selling for, right? So I'm going to reset the filters. Then I am going to apply this. See all those dots, no prices on them. Whereas on the other states, you can see the prices. So what we'll do here, we're going to deselect all and select houses only. And then we'll do for sale. So we got a few in here. So we're going to add those to the Zomps. Get your download. All right. So
we're going to be looking at what properties are being.
Yeah, we're going to realtors. It should be pretty consistent. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll be in la land, but look here, 219 a square foot, 221, 221, 240. Pretty consistent. So it averages out to 219. You know what I'm saying? So look at those prices. So we're there. So how much they want? Oh, we didn't say.
He didn't say. He just said he gave us the amount of repairs, which is $20K. Okay. And he's saying the ARV is $470.
Oh, okay. No, it's not that much. It's this right here. Nothing in there is selling for that. They're not trying to sell nothing in there for that. And you can look at them. Like this one is getting 7 views per day, 55, 78. So it's priced right. They're priced right. You know, but those are and a couple of these are exactly the same size as our property. The one that's getting the least amount of views is priced more than the rest of them, right? I can really eliminate that one, right? Because they're in la land. The other ones are getting some decent amount of views. So there you go. So that's really the ARV right there. So what should you offer, right? So what you should offer?
No mortgage.
Okay, cool. All right. So what it look like? What it look like? Okay, sir. Okay, sire. All right. So we're going to go livable, and we'll leave all this numbers. And normally we try to do 10%, which will be around 35, 36. We'll go with 35 so I can keep it simple. Don't confuse you guys with my interpretation. Tyrone gonna tell you what the answer is. So ideally, you're trying to get this at 175 or so and market it back out around 210, 215 to your buyers, ideally.
Mhm.
But there you go.
There you go. So tell me again what you said the offer should be.
Oh, Leo,
200,000.
what I said, 35. So the offer should be 175 or less.
Okay.
You put it back out there to your buyers for 210 or more. Because if you don't, you won't maximize your money. You need to be flexible and negotiable.
Now we're down to Day Darden. She was on Facebook. Thought that we skipped her.
On face of the book.
The face of the book.
Not the Facebook, just Facebook.
So this is in Hillsboro, Texas. Says it's a greenhouse. It's been vacant over 2 years or more.
A greenhouse. Let's see how much land it on, because that's the only thing I'm going to be able to help you. I have no idea about a greenhouse and who would want one. That buying pool has to be
What is a
very
greenhouse?
small.
What's a greenhouse?
Huh?
A greenhouse?
Yeah.
You mean like where they got solar or something like that?
Huh?
A greenhouse? Like what are you talking about?
You don't know for real?
I don't.
Okay.
Chat GPT.
It's our Chat GPT moment, right?
I don't know.
It's our Chat GPT moment for Oak Tour.
Day is saying it's a house. Now we gotta figure out what a greenhouse is.
Wait a minute, is it a greenhouse or is it a house?
That's what she just said that now. She's saying it's a house. But in her original statement, she said it's a greenhouse that's been vacant for over 2 years. And I'm trying to figure out what is a greenhouse.
All right, so I'm going to help you with that, Saya.
Appreciate that.
I tried my best. I have a friend here that needs to know what is a greenhouse. Will you explain to him what a greenhouse is with 5th grade readability?
Sure. A greenhouse is a special building where people grow plants. It's made of glass or clear plastic, which lets in sunlight. The sunlight warms up the inside, keeping it nice and cozy for the plants. This helps them grow better, even when it's cold outside. Greenhouses protect the plants from bad weather, like strong winds or heavy rain. They're like a safe home for plants to grow in all year round.
I think that was enough.
Yeah, yeah. I was waiting on her to ask me that answer is correct. But you stopped talking on me. There must be too many people on.
I totally get it. I don't think that's what she's, because now she's saying the color of the house is green. But I know what you're saying. Where they
well, she said greenhouse, so that's where I went with it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the address, sir?
All right. Let's go to the address. It's 213 Country Club Road in Hillsboro, Texas, which is Nova Scotia.
Hillsboro, Texas.
Yeah, that threw me off, but I understand what you're talking about now, where they grow plants.
Now you know. Hey, no one is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, so we're going to have to do the same thing with this one as we did with the other one, because it's in where? Texas.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
Riding in this Lexus. So let's remove the filters. We're going to do houses only. And so we'll do a little boundary here. We're right in this area here. So got tons of activity. So yeah, boom. Let's see if it's as simple as the other one was, Saya.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me see what she say. She said don't have more info yet, but could you comp this property for me, basically?
Yeah, doing it well. All right, so the year built 1950. We got a 2023 in here, and 2015, and eliminate no. We got one with no year. We got enough, so we're gonna remove it too. All right, and then we got some outliers here that are for sale. Let's see. Oh, they're bigger. All right, so we're gonna look at the price first. We don't worry about if they're bigger or not. So we got 147, 134. Then we got $200 a square foot. But look at that. See, they only getting 2 views per day, and we're removing that one. All right, so there we go. So we got our average price per square foot, and guess what? Guess what Zomp does? It automatically multiplies it times our square footage to give us what? The suggested ARV. Next, we're going to hit the calculator, something like this. If it's livable, we want to do 10% of this number, which is around 15 or 16. We're going to do 15,000. Wait a minute. We're going to do 15,000 to be a little conservative. Hit apply. So we're around 75,000 or less. Put it back out there around 90. So the red number 73, we're just going to say 75. Put it back out there around 90. If it's not livable, hit apply. So now we need to be around 55 or less. Put it back out there around 70. There you go. What else do you need to know?
Yeah, it's been vacant for 2 years, so it's probably.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be that 55 or less. Yeah. There you go.
Got quite a few properties today.
Oh, they clowning. What time? Let me see. So you're gonna be able to get your properties evaluated beyond this Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. If you text the word push to 205-964-5243, and we'll get you going there also beyond these hours of operation. How long have we been on, Saya? We've been on an hour and 12 minutes, and I got other things to do. We'll do a few more.
Yes, but when we had our conversation for Wednesday, I'm not going to go long with this, but it bothered me when you said that Prince fell off.
Yeah. You look at the numbers? You look at the sales?
Yeah. He sold over 200 million records worldwide.
Okay. How many of them were purple? How many of those were Purple Rain? What's the one after that one? Damn, what was the one after that? Whatever probably the 2 or 3. Okay, so you got 1999. I think that was the one before Purple Rain. I think that's the name of the album. Purple Rain, and then maybe 1 or 2 after that. I bet you that's 150 million of them.
Okay.
But he probably had another 20 albums after that.
Okay. But he did this. Okay. Prince came out in 1978.
Okay. 1990.
He did the
Little Red Corvette or 1990, whatever it's called.
He did the Super Bowl in 2007.
Okay.
Okay. The year before that, he had an album that was called 3201. I was using ChatGPT. He sold 1 million copies of that album.
It wasn't nothing for Prince to sell 1 million copies.
So what do you mean by he fell off?
When your peak was selling 30 million on an album, that's falling off.
That's not falling off. Because if you're looking at his entire catalog, he sold over 200 million. There's not a lot of people that have sold, Beyonce has, but he was actually 47 when he did the Super Bowl. He was 47. He died at 57.
You missing 2 things here. When I say fall off, he couldn't live it. You can't go back to see, like with Beyonce. You use a good example. She's been in the game probably about 15, 20 years. Probably sales just consistently about the same that entire time. Probably has risen each time. Probably. I know it's a different world we're in now, but still on. His wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It was like this.
If you had to, because see, Beyonce and Usher's in his 40s now. Prince was actually during his time, he was doing the exact same thing that Usher is doing now.
But are we gonna base this on record sales or not?
Yeah, 200 million
total. Again, what percentage of probably 3 or 4 albums are that 200 million? He probably had 20 some albums, but if not more than that. It'd be different if each album sold 10 million. Okay, we got something. He never fall off.
Right.
When 3 albums probably sold 150 of those and you got another 20, you fell off.
But what I'm saying is that if you've already sold 200 million records, you are apt to follow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ain't falling off because there are other people who they'll never do that in their lifetime.
Forget other people. I'm talking for Prince. For Prince. He could only.
But he was 47 when he did the Super Bowl.
I'm not tripping about that. They do Rolling Stones, all kind of people for the Super Bowl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I said Rolling Stones. That's what I meant.
What I'm saying that just tells you that he still was relevant.
Dog,
in his later youth.
Dog, you talking about one of the greatest of all time. I'm not saying that he ain't that. That don't mean, but from his height, he fell off. What are we missing here?
Because how do you fall off if you've already sold 200?
If I've had albums where I've sold 30 plus million and I could only sell 1 million,
just like Sunshine has just said, Sunshine 932. I'm going to read it verbatim. Prince and the words fall off should never be in the same sentence.
They shouldn't, but it's true.
It's not true. It's not true. Like, what are you talking about?
It is, but it's true. I don't know what
he never fell off. I would pay if Prince was alive.
Dude, that was one of my missions in life to go see Prince. I had an opportunity to go see Prince in 2000. What year was that? 2000. Was it 3? Let me see. 2003. Let me see. Was it 3? 2003. It might have been 2000. 2004. In 2004 here in Birmingham.
Okay.
I just got out of a really bad relationship. Me and the chick was still communicating, and I had bought the tickets, but because he's gonna be singing all that love stuff, I said I can't take it. I can't handle it.
So what did you do with the tickets?
I gave them away.
Are you serious?
I gave him. I hate it to this day, but I emotionally, oh boy,
he probably would have healed you at that concert.
No, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna put all my business out there, but what happened in that like 2 or 3 month window, that wouldn't have been good for me. That would.
Somebody said, "Don't blame Prince for the chick falling out."
I ain't, but I had to do what I felt was best for me at the time, and that Prince was not going to do that.
That was self-care. Okay.
Yeah, I was self-care. He wasn't gonna help that, man. She still wanted to go. Yeah, she still wanted. I'm sure she did. Hey,
yeah, she wanted to go.
It was y'all. Hey, I had started wholesaling then.
Okay.
Just how depressed I was. I used to have checks waiting on me at close. I didn't even want to go pick them up. That's how depressed I was. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow, she broke your heart.
It was terrible, man. It was terrible.
Wow.
Hey.
Now you're not in contact with this person no more, like, right?
No, but so I don't get down like that. Sadly, again, I don't get down like that. And I told you the other day, it ain't many women that I've had encounter, whatever it was. You know what that means? They be totally happy when they see me. Right, because I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it is, or whatever. Right. So you know, only one person. The one we were talking about the other day. That's the only one that she probably won't spit on me if I. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's good that she's away then. Okay.
But I hate that because that ain't normally how I get down. But she sort of caught me in that window when I was. I wasn't in a good place.
You were trying to figure some things out during.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was doing what I wanted to do. It didn't care who it affected. You know what I'm saying? So, because of that same relationship I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? That was the.
Oh, really?
The shrapnel from that or whatever. That's been so long. It's over 20 years ago. So, but
easily.
Yeah. So people that moved on and stuff. I hope she ain't watching this. But anyways,
look, I don't think I've ever.
But I gave them tickets away. Matter of fact,
that was legendary for you to even be able to go to one of them concerts. You know?
Oh yeah, see, and my cousin had already told me, said that he went to one of those little private settings, wasn't one like a
yeah, that's what he was doing.
He said, man, he said, that's unbelievable. See, but to y'all missing, you ain't gonna find a bigger Prince fan than me.
Oh, really? Okay,
like,
I didn't know
like
that.
If people compare him and Michael Jackson, it ain't no comparison.
No, it's not. It's not
because you can't compare that talent. Mike didn't write no songs. He can't play
no. But I don't.
I ain't saying. But he was more popular. I'll say that. But when you talk about talent, show me an artist on that level more talented than him that we've seen. Play every instrument, gonna sing all the vocals, right?
Mm-hmm. And he was an entertainer.
He was an entertainer on top. That's why his hips was messed up. All them splits.
Somebody ZB said Prince can't dance.
Huh?
Yeah, he can dance. He wasn't dancing like
with
Michael
the guitar.
Huh?
With a guitar in his hand.
Okay, what you say?
I say with a guitar.
With a guitar. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
But I just like Tupac and Biggie.
Well, I'm saying
I don't
talking about talent now.
Talent.
Performance, maybe so Mike got him, but talent, I don't even think got him on the. I'll give him the performance, but talent, ain't no.
With the instruments and
wrote all the songs, performed them, play all the instruments. Who does that?
Right. Especially in modern times.
Anytime.
Gary Rawls said there will be no MJ trash talk today. We don't think we trashed MJ.
She's pretty. She's prettier.
You talking about Beyonce?
I'm just talking about I'm trying to make a point here.
Oh, okay.
This lady is pretty. This one is prettier. That don't mean I'm trashing the other lady. Mike is talented. He ain't that. That's the only thing. That don't
come on that MJ. I will say this. I felt like Prince would have sold even. I'm not saying he would have sold as many records as MJ, but he would have sold more. But he didn't allow people to.
Mike was part of a marketing machine. When you get with Quincy Jones and the people, that was a marketing machine. Obviously, the talent was there too. Don't get it twisted. A lot of it's marketing now. Don't ever get it twisted on what's sold and what's played on the radio. That's a serious hustle on the number of records that also get sold at the same time too. Prince was a victim of that because he was going to do it the way he wanted to do it. That's why he changed his name for all those years. Because he was going to do it the way he wanted to do it.
Obviously signed some bad contracts and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or the contracts he didn't like them, they didn't work for him no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, man. Dude, the songs.
But somebody did say if you
songs he's wrote for other people.
That's true. Somebody, Sunshine said, if you are a true, and I'm gonna emphasize true Prince fan, you never say that Prince fell off.
Yeah, I can be, this child right here, they ain't no, you know what I'm saying? You got to be truthful with it. This ain't no good seed. I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
You're a bad seed.
But see, you're taking it in the wrong way. It is what it is because a lot of it's out of his control because it's such an industry thing, right? I'm basing this on record sales. Just understand what I'm saying. I'm basing it on record sales, right? If you keep a steady plateau of records, if I sell 5 million, I go down to 3 million, that ain't no big drop off. But if I sell 30 million and go down to 1, and I consider that a success.
But are you talking about the totality of how many records he sold, or you just saying?
Oh, I'm talking about when you start talking. Look up how many Purple Rain sold, and whatever the album after that, and then probably the one before that, which was either is 1999 or Look Up at whatever it's called, the first album. Those albums sold so much. He never.
But don't you feel like that? But okay. There are just like you was talking about Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah.
My daughter, which is she's 22. She don't know who Eric B. and Rakim is. There are people that are alive today that they're gonna grow up and they don't even know who Prince is.
Oh, I know that.
So that's gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is his fans were still around.
Well, yeah,
he was doing concerts.
Well, yeah, you still missing the point. You're like, you still missing it. Why didn't those same 30 million people that bought Purple Rain buy the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one? So now you're saying 200 million. He would have sold 1 billion records. That's you don't get that? You don't click.
I don't. Because Michael Jackson.
So
Michael
no other album he did was better than Purple Rain. If that's what you know what I'm saying? So I'm just using that as an example. It probably wasn't. But my point is, at least you have to stay within a certain range of your height or whatever. For me,
it's just different time. Just like somebody just said, it's just a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but right now, I'm saying from the 80s to the 90s, those numbers were not met. Y'all thinking I'm talking about right now? I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about from the 80s to the 90s. The numbers were not the same. That's all I'm saying. That's all in all.
What I'm saying is, you don't know a lot of artists that sold over 200 million records in their whole career.
Well, some of it's probably the amount of records. How many albums did they put out? See, Prince wasn't under that window to where somebody had to. You know, I can only make an album every 4 or 5 years. He really never was under that window. So a lot of it's just the amount of music he's put out there too now. But again, go back and look and see what amount of that 200 million you keep avoiding.
Well, I think what we're missing is that I need to know what your definition of falling off is.
I'm basing this on record sales. The talent ain't no less. The talent is no less. I'm basing this strictly on record sales. That's what I'm basing it on. Is that if I've sold 30 million on an album, maybe 20, 10, okay, so that's in a decent range of each other in the sense, because that's a lot of records, period. But if I go down to 500,000 or 1 million, I fell off. Now, if I've never sold that many records before, and I go from 1 million, and now I'm only going, I don't think they call it gold anymore, and I only do 500 or 750. No, I'm still with whatever I was. But at his peak, he never could get close to that again. That's what I'm saying. So if you can't get to your peak in record sales no more, right? You can't get close to it. So what is that then? What is that? If I sold 30, but I could never get back to 1 million on one record, on one album, what is that? Define that for it. What is that? Define for it.
It's new generations.
No, I'm talking about new generation. I'm talking about the 80s to the 90s. We ain't got to go nowhere past that. He put out tons of music, basically from 1978, we'll say, to Bobby 95. So, all right. So that's one generation. Generation is about 20 years. So we ain't got to go past that.
But how can we not go past it when he did the Super Bowl in 07?
Okay.
And people are saying that was the greatest concert of all the Super Bowl. So how can you say you
are missing the point on Prince still was an international all-time star. You keep avoiding the question about the record sales. I keep telling you it's about record sales. That's what I'm talking about.
But you've already sold 200 million.
You ain't sold 200 million in 2007. That's because you know how long he's been dead. All that stuff accumulate to make him sell more. They worth more dead than alive. Probably why he's dead. He ain't handled 200 million. So you think it stopped at that's 17 years ago? So you think the 200 million stopped in 2007? That's when it was established, and he ain't sold nothing since.
I don't know what it was at 2007. I just know he did 1 million the year before for that one album, 3121.
Okay, I'm saying. But what did Purple Rain sell? What did I ain't gonna say Under the Cherry Moon. Well, I'm trying to think of what was the one after Purple Rain. I'll look it up. And then the album before Purple Rain, which was I think his first album or whatever, 1999.
So let me ask you this then, Ty. What do you feel like? What do you feel like Frankie Beverly and Maze being that they haven't put out an album in years, but they can still do concerts, do you feel like, oh, they fell off?
Okay, Purple Rain sold 25 million records. So I knew I wasn't far off. So 25 million copies, right? All right. So 1999.
Yeah, Crypto George is saying lots of big artists have seen declines in sales.
Okay. Now we talk about years ago. We ain't talk about now. We talk about years ago. I'm just telling you, you fallen off if you can't get back to them numbers. We talking about before the streaming and all this stuff. So 1999 sold let me see. Says 12 million here. So he went from 12 million to 25 million, right? Okay, so
so let me ask you this.
The 25, so he doubled it up, right, with Purple Rain. So since you true Prince fans, what was the next album after that?
Derek Bailey is saying Raspberry Beret was the album after Purple Rain.
All right, so so he had one in between. So he had one in between Purple Rain. Oh, he had several in between that. What am I talking about? He had several in between that and Purple Rain. So this is the way it went, right? And so he had hey, what's the name of it? 1978 For You, 1979 Prince, 1980 Dirty Mind, 1981 is the one with Controversy is the one with little 1999 and all that stuff on it. I was calling it something else. All right, 1982 was 1999. Oh, I'm confusing them. All right, 1984 was Purple Rain, right? Look at all them albums.
Oh, he was putting out a lot of albums.
I was saying the amount of content, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, look, I'm all the way. Oh.
Yeah, he's putting out a lot of content now.
Yeah, man.
He's putting out a ton of albums. And I do agree with somebody who's saying in the chat is that he went to start just doing totally concerts.
Well, that's what most of them do. It ain't just him. That was most of them do. When the last time Frank and Belvin and made an act? If they made it, I know it didn't sell. As many people go see them, why don't go platinum? If it's, you know what I'm saying? If they all that.
This what Day is saying. She's saying, love you, Ty, but no one that was great like Prince will ever get back to the top. Name one person that was great and sold 10 million, then years later sold 10 million 5 times again. There's no one. That doesn't mean that they fell off.
I would love to see what Beyonce numbers are on that.
She's above. But see, you have to take into consideration.
I would love to see what her numbers are over the course of her time, and how far. I bet it ain't too far off.
It's not with Beyonce.
I bet it ain't too far off.
Keep it in mind though, they track that stuff a lot differently now than it used to.
I get it.
Yeah. That was real albums now.
But you have to you compare apples to apples though. If hers is based on streaming, you just compare what it was 2 years ago, 3 years, the album before album. You know what I'm saying? I bet it ain't far off.
I guess we just gonna agree to disagree. Prince fell off because Prince never, to me, he never fell off.
So my definition, I think y'all think that he's less of an artist when I say he fell off. I'm basing this totally on record sales. Totally on record sales.
But he's so okay. Well, what I'm saying is, if Billboard only shows artists for the previous year, right? But if they show from total,
he had 42 studio albums.
No, I didn't know that. That's a lot of content. So what's your point, though? What is the point?
What
is the point?
Hey, 42.
Okay. And he did the Super Bowl to everybody in amazement.
Now I'm
at
showing
47.
I'm showing 150 million records sold, according to this. What I'm looking at, so we can really find out if we just really.
Yeah. But it's probably closer to 200 million.
Yeah. So
worldwide now, worldwide.
Yeah.
Beyonce has got above that, and Rihanna as well.
Mm.
I just don't consider him being one of those artists. That's like saying Michael Jackson fell off.
He did. I said that yesterday. I said that the other day. He couldn't ever reach them heights again, man. But see, you have to base it on their standards. They set the standard. They set the standards within themselves. I'm talking about Mike set his own standard. Prince set his own standard.
I'm super confused by that.
Oh yeah.
I thought our understanding of Michael Jackson was not even on the table. Like Michael Jackson never fell off. Like ever. Like
He could never match Thriller. Not even come close to it.
But if you've already sold 500 million, everybody else is catching up to you.
Well,
that's done. That's done.
Well, and y'all, so based on what you all say, no one ever falls off. But on what you say,
no one, but
so give me somebody that fall off that had, we'll say, and sold at least three, at least three platinum plus albums. You know what I'm saying? Give me somebody that you say fell off, and then define that for me.
I can't recall anybody right now, but I could do chat. We could use ChatGPT.
Yeah. So,
but what I'm saying is, Michael Jackson set a precedent.
So let me give you another example. Let me give you a better one, and a lot of women are like.
Somebody said Al B. Sure.
What about
Al B. Sure?
One hit wonder. He had that one album. One album.
I ain't gonna say that, man.
Oh my God, terrible. Oh my God.
I didn't even think
we don't even have a baseline. If you don't say Al B. Sure fell off after that first
I didn't say that. No, I just didn't know.
Say we don't even have a baseline.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that Al B. Sure was a platinum selling artist.
I would assume that album.
I would say gold. I don't think he's ever been platinum. I don't think he has.
But see, the standard is whatever standard that artist sets. If they don't ever go platinum, fine. But they consistently done 500,000, then that's what it is. So if they stay in that range, then they technically have never fell off. See, that's what y'all missing the point. I ain't saying they less talented, but once they set the standard of what they can do, then if you don't accomplish or come anything close to that, you have fell off record sales. Wow. I ain't saying you're less talented. Those are two different things.
And that's what I'm saying. The way I understand it is that if Michael Jackson if we're gonna use Michael Jackson, I was talking about Prince. If we're gonna talk about Michael Jackson, he set such a large precedence, selling over 500 million records. Nobody has accomplished that. I'm talking about R&B.
Well, he ain't sold all that at one time. You know, man, have been dead 10 plus years. All that stuff happened over,
But it also tells me that when he was alive, nobody has accomplished that, regardless, whatever what he sold.
But again, he set the standard on what he could do on one album. He never reached that again.
Why would you have to if you've sold that many records?
As far as record sales, you have fell off. If you sold 40 million copies of a record and go down to 5, that ain't falling off.
No. And it's another thing that ChatGPT brought up to me that I didn't even
People get fired on jobs when they don't perform it.
No, what I'm saying is that when you've set such a large precedence, even if you sell 1 million copies your latest album, still ain't nobody touching you. Beyonce can't say anything to Michael Jackson and say, I done sold more records than you this year. Who cares? Michael Jackson be like, I don't care. Get
Mike,
out of my house.
You
Like,
don't compare. You don't compare them to nobody else. You compare them to themselves. That's why I know you're missing the point.
I'm not.
They set the standard on what they're capable of doing. If they can't continuously meet that standard or come close to it, it's falling off. They set the standard for themselves. Each artist, they set it for themselves. So you think Erykah Badu has not fallen off since Tyrone?
Well, I'm not talking about Erykah Badu.
No, I'm just getting artist to artist. I'm just going from one level to the next. She's never come close to that height again.
But this is what I'm saying. I felt like when you're an artist like Michael Jackson or Prince, your mentality is not to outproduce your last album because you've already done that. Like you're not sitting up here every year.
If you don't think these people try to think they go in and do something better than they did before, that's exactly what they're trying to accomplish.
What I'm saying
is being competitive with yourself. Hey, boy, I got to get off here.
Okay, all right.
I got to get off here, though. Hey, we going to talk about that, but I don't think you're getting my point here. Y'all thinking I'm saying that people are less talented. That ain't what I'm saying by no means.
That's not even a question. That ain't
what I'm saying by no means. It's just for their standard that they set themselves, they have fallen off from what they have shown that they could do for whatever reason. It is what it is. In the famous words of your boy, Jay-Z, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And there it is. Numbers.
Now I agree with that.
The numbers don't, and the numbers show you have fallen off.
No.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that.